My name is Wayne Walters. I'm the former head coach at Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology, and I'm the inventor of the Swarm defense. This is the first in a series of DVDs explaining the techniques and the rotations of the Swarm defense. I've been coaching for basketball for 30 years, from junior high to junior college, and both genders. So it's a defense that I believe can be played at all levels. It's being experimented with at the college level. It's being played by women's teams and men's teams. And I want to give you a little bit of an introduction into why I think it is better than help and recover, in my opinion, and why I invented it. In 30 years of coaching, I ran matchup defenses, I ran switching man-to-man, and about my third or fourth year at the college level, I got an epiphany, if you will, and I realized that the problem with all the defenses that we were playing was that they required at least 2 or 3 defenders that didn't need help, and that we magnified our lack of athletic ability if we were the underdog because we forced players to both help and then recover. And every time that we asked them to slide when it wasn't on the ball, it magnified their lack of athletic ability. All right, let me demonstrate. If the ball's at the point in traditional help and recover, we expect this player to pressure the ball and keep them out of the lane. And traditionally, we expect them to stay in the middle, box stance, and keep the player out of the lane. Well, that works if you're more athletic, all right, but it doesn't work if you're less athletic. Likewise, the wing players were expected on any drive to help and then come back, help and then come back, all right? If sliding was the quickest way to get from one point to another, all right, then Olympic sprinters would slide. So this is a sprint defense, not a slide defense, with the exception of on the ball. And what I observed in probably the first 20 years of my coaching was when this player consistently beat their player to the basket, the kids naturally had a tendency to back off. And with the invention or the creation of the three-point shot, that gave up open threes from the top. In addition, if the player forced their man sideways and this player didn't step in and help, then this player stopped pressuring. And the last thing is, if this player stepped to help and the ball was kicked out here and they gave up a three-point shot, the confidence and the communication and the things started to break down. So in other words, I wanted to give each player at each spot one thing to do. I wanted to give this player a chance to pressure and force sideways, and I wanted to give this person the chance to play in the passing lane and then step into the elbow and stop penetration. And so I think one of the things that in my opinion makes the Swarm better is you ask players to do one thing at a time, and you ask them to do it full speed, and you ask them to do it in a sprint rather than a slide. All right, now one of the things that changes is your technique on the ball. In other words, your technique on the ball, for years we taught the kids to make little slides. In the Swarm, you've got to make big slides because you want to make the player go sideways. The player on the wing technique is open, stance denial, because we want them in the quickest position to help. For those of you that are softball coaches or softball players also, it's just like a left-handed softball player being able to bunt the ball and be closer to first base. If your defense is based on rotation, not help and recover, you want to put that player with their toe pointed to the ball so that they're automatically in a pivot and sprint. So help now no longer becomes, wait till they come to me. It becomes an action, not a reaction, which is one of the reasons I believe that the Swarm is better. Okay, just as an example, I'll walk you through Two on-the-court situations that occur. First in help and recover, and then in the swarm. All right. In help and recover, if this player penetrates, this player's forced to help, okay? And oftentimes this player relocates to a position where if they catch the ball, all right, this player can't get back in time to contest the shot. And Murphy's Law says that that's the best shooter on the other team. They're going to drive at their best shooter, and they're going to kick it to their best shooter. And that's very difficult, all right, because two will end up in here on the point guard drive, all right. And the problem is with less athletic kids, there's no way to get there to contest the shot. So that's the problem with help and recover. Okay, the same situation with the swarm defense, just to demonstrate the difference, is that if you're in the basic, what I call the fist or circle action, when the drive takes place this way, one obviously plays the drive, but two comes and helps. And two is more willing to come and help because 5 rotates into the passing lane, 4 rotates across, and 3 rotates down. And obviously, it's called a circle. Okay, it's called a circle because in a 3 out, 2 in, everybody rotated in a circle. Okay? Now, the end result of that is that over here, you've got 1 and 2 on the ball in what we call a help double. You have 5 in denial. You have 4 in full front, and you got 3 in full front. And of course, as coaches, you're going to say, well, that leaves this pass open. All right. Well, the difference is the technique that we use is when the ball leaves, the ball leaves the dribble hand, or the ball is picked up with the free hand. Okay. What we do, and you'll see this on the court in the drills, is we expect one to come in a blind release and find where this player has relocated to. We're denying the dribble side pass, and one is responsible to turn blind when the ball goes up or dead. All right, and what we end up with is the ball dead, the ball's dead or up, and we've got everybody guarded. Okay? What we've eliminated that you give up and help and recover is the dribble side pass and kick. The dribble side pass and kick. And just so you understand, when I was at the junior college, my 4s and 5s were 6'3" or 6'4" and very agile, but we were playing against 6'9", so we had to pressure the ball and force additional turnovers. But we played against some guards, even at the Division III junior college, that probably could have played Division I, low Division I, or Division II. So this was going to happen consistently, that I got beat to the basket in one of the perimeter positions. So we had to create a situation where we played with pressure and we rotated, not help and recover. And what I found out, in the 15 years now since then, is that this kid will pressure because he knows the help is coming. This kid will help because he knows he doesn't have to recover. All right? And I talk about it all the time when I do clinics. It's about trust and communication. And when they trust each other and they communicate, all right, and in my opinion, you can play this defense with average kids that will give 110%, and unlike help and recover, you don't need 2 or 3 great defenders. One of the beauties of the swarm defense, in my opinion, is that you don't have to change your defensive philosophy from year to year. So if you're a pressure man-to-man coach and you have a couple slower kids, you got to change your philosophy. I think there's a beauty in this in that you can adjust your rotations. you can decide who leaves the help double to rematch and get back to 5-on-5. And you have a choice of where they go in order to do that. And what that allows you to do, the first 3 years that I played it, we were interchangeable. So the help player came and took that offensive player, and the original defender left. You're going to see some of that in the game, in the clinic footage. Years when I had small point guards that I didn't want to release, we brought the help defender, and we kept the point guard on the point. So if you got a small point guard, you can fix that. If you have big kids on the wing and the wing drive takes place, you have the choice to leave the big kid if they're undersized but a little athletic, or you can leave the original defender and send the big kid back into the high post, and essentially all your big kids have done is switch positions. So it's very flexible. Let me just repeat. You got a choice of rotations, you got a choice of who leaves the help double, and you have a choice of where they go in order to rematch up to 5-on-5. And that means you can play the same philosophy and the same concepts regardless of how your talent flow changes at the high school level. First thing I want to do is I want to give you an overview of the techniques that we use in the swarm defense and why you'll find that your effort will be more productive than helping recover, and give you a little clue as to why I invented it. After I show you this, the drills should make more sense. The drills should make more sense. We're going to run through the basic rotations. It's going to be very similar to the chair drill, which I'll show you later, because the offense is basically just moving the ball. We're not stealing the ball. We're working on rotation. Now, what I used to do, Coach, this is something you can use in your practice. If you would have gotten a steal, you holler steal, and you let the ball go through, okay? All right, but we want them to reverse the ball. We want them to dribble the ball. It's not important for us to steal it now. So if you think you could have gotten a steal, holler steal, but let the ball go through. Now, I want to review the techniques first. Anytime you're on the ball, wherever it's at, you're in what we call force position. So you're down in your defensive stance, you got the foot above, high hip, you got the hands here, and unlike helping recover, you're going to slide, long slides to stay on the back hip. Your job on the ball is no longer to beat them to the basket, it's to force them in a particular direction and to keep them on a side, and if they cross over, it's to take a charge. If they cross over, it's to take a charge. Everybody got that? On the wing, or one pass away toward the top, it's called sheriff position. You're trying to point a toe at the dribbler and a toe at your man, and a pistol at your man, and a pistol at the ball. You want to deny by being in position, okay, position that they've got to throw over. Now, how close you are to the ball will depend on how quick you are. All right? Mike can stay a little closer to the man because he's quick enough to get there. If I'm in that position, I got to play closer to the ball because I got slow old feet. But the point is, where's that spot? And there's your Larry the Cable Guy rule. I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is, if you can't get there to help, all right, or if he throws it to the other side, if you can't get there to sprint, or if he doesn't have to throw over you, you're either too close to your wing player or you're too close to the ball. Get her done. All right? Everybody got it? In here, you're full front. Why are you full front? Because if he backdoors, you got to be able to step in and steal it. When it gets to the wing, make the pass. You got to be in position. You can't be chicken fighting with him. You got to be in position as soon as it bounces to go get it. So those are the techniques that we'll work on in the drill session. Force position, sheriff position, full front. This is called the circle drill. This is the drill to emphasize the overall team concept of level 1 basic swarm, which is used by junior high coaches and feeder teams and some varsity when they start, okay? Then from the circle concept, coaches will make adjustments based on players' skill set. All right, if they want to leave post players in the post and perimeter players on the perimeter, they can make adjustments into who releases from the help double, where they release to, and what the recovery rotation is in the back of the defense. Okay, just to re-emphasize positional things, whoever's on the ball, whether it's at the wing or the side, is going to be high hip and long slide, and we call it force position. Whoever's on the wing is in what we call sheriff position, pistol and pistol on their man in the ball. All right? In here, we're in full front, so I would turn him sideways in case we got penetration down the middle, which should almost never happen. Now, here's the key. We're going to bring in coach to handle the ball. And as he goes at you, you're going to double, and you're going to circle, and you're going to release. Go ahead. Hands. There you go. Good. Good. Here we go. Okay, if he comes at you, you circle in that direction. He goes opposite the ball. Go. Good. Good. Here we go. Good. One more, Coach. Coach, organize another group for me. Yep, go left twice, Coach. Go 2 more times. Sprint, sprint. It's a sprint defense. There you go. Good. 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 Okay, give me the basic circle action on the point drive only. All right, let's go. Here we go. Sprint. Dribble! Louder, louder! Okay, gentlemen, I want to see 3 out, 2 in. Circle rotation from the point and from the wing. Go. When the drive takes place this way, 1 obviously plays the drive, but 2 comes and helps. 5 rotates into the passing lane, 4 rotates across, and 3 rotates down. You have 4 in full front, and you got 3 in full front. Dribble, dribble. Three out, two in, circle concept, wing drive, circle release when it's dead on the wing. Go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, start it again. Start it again, start it again. Hold up. Now, once you get out to the wing, as soon as it gets over there, remember you got to be in the triangle. Okay? In the triangle. Here we go. That's it, down. Good, 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 good. Next rotation we need to go over is the fist rotation or the circle rotation against the high-low. The key thing that your kids have to recognize is that while the ball's at the point, whoever's guarding the low post, in this case X5, would be out of the rotation. So it's still a circle in that when the ball comes this way, number 2 is going to come and get it. But the difference now is that 4 will fill for 2 and 3 will fill for 4. All right, and in the circle rotation, that means that number 1 will release in order to complete the circle. So once again, the ball is up here and it's dead or up, and this is 2, this is 4, this is 3, and this is 1. Again, when the ball's dead or up at the top. Okay, now the next thing we have to do is point drive, fist or circle action at the top. That means who's left out of the circle? All right. Whoever's on the bottom is left out of the circle. His job is to get ball side, not allow this guy to catch, not allow this guy to flash. We're counting on the rest of you guys to play the drive. Okay? For the sake of this, to start, we're only going to drive from the point. Okay? We're only going to drive from the point. We're taking it in little pieces. Go.
Good job, Kristen. There you go. Good, Logan. Good, Logan. Good, Logan.
Okay, hold up. Now, we're not twisting. I know that's what you did last year. That's okay. That's okay. That's a correctable mistake. I love the hustle. All right, for now we're fisting. We're circling. We're circling. Here we go. Here we go. Play it. Good. Here we go. Not stealing, it's a hard habit to break. I understand that. I understand that. Good play. High side. All right, all right. Get out there, get out there! All right, hold up. Yep, now, that's where, I'll be honest with you, we're doing the hardest one first. All right, because after a couple of rotations, it would be easier to twist than it is defense. I understand that. This is the hardest way. I'm starting off with that one. Key thing that your kids have to recognize, while the ball's at the point, whoever's guarding the low post would be out of the rotation. When the ball comes this way, number 2 is going to come and get it. But the difference now is that 4 will fill for 2 and 3 will fill for 4. Number 1 will release in order to complete the circle.